4, 3, 2, 1. This is Lisa Grand Duchess Rasmus Koenig, also known as Ryan Tomlinson. It's been a while since I made a simulcast, but I just had to do my little simulcast. Yes, I'm still here at Walter Reed, waiting for the discharge people to get the hell out of the military and trying to um, fulfill what the Constitution guarantees me as a citizen, the pursuit of happiness. One way or one way or another, or one place or another. Pity that we should say the Constitution, but God granted us that in the Garden of Eden. Pursuit of our own goals and dreams and happiness. It's a pity that other men, intelligent men, men who can work just as hard as you and me, are the ones that defeat our purpose and our dreams and our greatest antagonist in society, as well as change and change and diversity, etc., etc., etc. And why am I going off this? Why am I talking about this now? The Syrian war. A couple years ago, I had this premonition. I thought it was a bad idea. The Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Egypt deal, in order so that American naturalized citizen can be placed by the CIA in different countries as presidents and vice presidents in those countries in order to create a more perfect union. And I say a more perfect union, protection of the world from war and protection of the United States in general. Not a bad idea. I think that's what the United Nations was for, so that we could communicate effectively from a diverse cultural, spiritual, and psychological lifestyle, however you want to incorporate, however you want to see diversity, right? So it's unheard of, um, not unheard of. It's amazing now after all these years of war that we are still pursuing unity through war, through deception, through bloodshed, and annihilation of other cultures. Ah, had we been primitive people, uneducated people, that probably would have been not excusable, because patterns of thinking and levels of education does matter. Muscles used to matter when we used to hunt and gather. Now we don't. We hunt and gather, but not to the same capacity, or not in the same capacity that we used to, or we should have. We can plant, we can get a job, and so forth, etc., etc. So why are we using the primitive psychological mindset? Is it a regression in our intelligence, in our abilities, and our skill as citizens of the United States, as fighters of liberty and freedom, as defenders of what liberty, the Statue of Liberty, stands for? From my last prediction, Egypt is a nightmare, and as I thought, I didn't think Morrissey would last at all. From before they fought that, I still will place the blame squarely on Hillary and the Obama administration. There is no going back, and they made no efforts to create a peaceable world. But how could they create peace in a world by overthrowing um, unlikable heads of state? That's not for us to judge who is likable and who is unlikable. It is it's for us to sit and to tolerate, to communicate, and to ascertain how we can make more perfect global relationships. In the in our descent to where we are as citizens, economically, psychologically, and emotionally America, because I think that we're in a bad place. And he hit the nail on the head that the credibility of America is at stake. Yes, it is, not because of us citizens, but because of their pursuit and their pursuit of egregious their egregious pursuit of power and their own hidden agenda. What could they achieve without with the least amount of knowledge from the public and attain the greatest amount of power? And we still have the nightmare of Egypt as well as Syria. Here we are fighting to see if we're going to, if this administration is going to bomb Syria. What have these little Syrians been doing all this time? There was never a civil war, but the age-old thing, and it stems from Benghazi. Anybody who knows anything about Benghazi knows that that embassy was attacked by American counterintelligence who did not, who their goals were not fulfilled by their boss. So they turned on the embassy, they shot and killed everybody. And with the same little groups of terrorists that this government controlled, they set the tide in Syria. The sarin gas that's been used on the Kurds by the Turks. A lot of people don't know that the Turks kills a lot of Kurds. They hate the fact of Kurdistan. Saddam would have supported Kurdistan, but he wanted the oil, them to share the oil. So one of the things to defeat Saddam Hussein and to blame weapon of mass destruction was to create this whole hallucination and delusion in the population, in our population, that they were weapons of mass destruction. But where were they coming from right here? Our greatest ally, Turkey. Some of those labeled um, gas bombs or gas, whatever they call it, the canisters. When you peel the canister, the label, it says whatever government of this, but it actually came from Turkey. So we have Barack Obama and his administration supporting terrorists supporting terrorists to overthrow a government indirectly to get their agenda, to pursue an agenda. But little they did they know that they were going to use sarin gas. How will they account for these lives? This is not the first time it happened in the Middle East, the second or the third time. Little did we know in the history of the Iran-Contra affair that Ronald Reagan used that on the Iranians, right on the border between Iran and Iraq. A whole village was wiped out of children. Mothers and children were dead. Part of that whole mass of Iran-Contra affair was the killing of whole village because of gas. They wanted their agenda in Iran. And now where we are again, deceit and dead children and dead mothers. And why don't we accept the blame for ourselves? It's not Assad, it's the asses that we have in the White House and Congress. Our mission should be to change them all. These asses have been fighting war too damn long, and innocent people as well as us are suffering at the hands of them. Get them out of office.